Welcome to Afternoon Vibes.
Welcome this beautiful day.
Yes, you're welcome to Afternoon Vibes. We are happy to see you as much as I think you should be happy to see us. Because we always give you joy, exactly. I guess. Well, we are here again with our fun-filled and educative discussion. And we believe that today you're going to discuss with us.
Yes.
So today we are going to talk about boundaries. Boundaries in relationships. A lot to talk about. But before we continue, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Afternoon Vibes. So, I did not tell you my name before. My name is Akinwale Deborah, and here with me is
Shayo John Adebayo.
Like I said, we are here to tell you that there's something called boundaries in relationships. And there are some things we'd like to discuss about. But we have a gist for you. Let me take us through that.
Yeah, you know, on days like this, we do have spontaneous gist. So, this topic or this discussion actually, or this question, let me put it that way, just came up spontaneously, and I was just asking people around. I said, oh, it's good, let's discuss our spontaneous gist episode. So it's actually a funny one though. One that you would not really think of. Okay, as a medical doctor who is in an ideal Christian relationship, please note, ideal Christian relationship, can you administer injection to your fiancée and she has to take it on a bum? And can you as a lady accept to be administered injection on the bum by your fiancé who is a medical doctor? Now, this is of course funny, but it happens. It's something that can happen. It's not like the movies we used to watch in those days that will just give us something that cannot happen, but this is something that can actually happen. So you are a medical doctor and you are in a serious relationship, of course, in the Christian perspective. Now, from the Christian perspective, not just general. We know in the secular, in the world,
everything
it's not a big deal. You understand? But as a Christian now, you are in a serious relationship and you're a medical doctor practicing. And then your fiancée is sick, like seriously sick, or it might not be. She's sick. You understand? And you have to, or she has to be administered. She needs injection. So, and can you? Is it a big deal? Yes, of course. Just to, I used to do to other patients, open the, and then... So can you actually do this? Because it almost happened, like it's something led to this actually. So, and then I said, wow, this is something I've never thought about. So what do you think? What do you think? Is this something you can do? And then you as the lady, so do you see it as a big deal to receive such, or you now for me, of course, I know there are different angles to this, and there are different of course everybody's entitled to their opinions, you understand? And some people might say, oh, there's no big deal, after all I've been doing it to others, it's not a big deal. But I'm saying from this angle, this is someone you are in love with. There's emotional connection. There is, all this
everything connection,
all these vicious feelings. You understand? And then let me stretch. And then it's expected that you are not supposed to see each other's nakedness until marriage. So, and there's no way you close your eyes to. At least you have to, hold her and. So
you might not even have to hold that, but you will see.
You will see. Okay, you might not have to, but you will see. So is it a big deal? Is it something, So what do you think? Okay, let me throw it to you.
I know you will like to do that.
So
well, I don't know. I'll just be giving perspectives. I cannot give an answer. Because what if you've been a family doctor before emotion grew up and you guys got into a relationship? You've been doing that earlier before you got into a relationship. You not say you stop being the family doctor, or will you say, as regards this, my babe, I'm not going to be able to do anything like that again. Or you forget even the things that you've been saying before because, well, you had same things. Or let's even say you're a gynecologist and she needed something feminine something that will have to do with an opening up. Are you going to do it or not? There are different perspectives to this. Some might feel like it's a professional thing. I am going to act as if I'm relating with a patient. So I'm going to treat a patient. But if you're a doctor, are you going to treat a patient or are you going to treat your babe?
Femi said, he said that there's some people, some doctors who have actually learned to
be professional.
Be professional and separate emotions from their job. But is that really does
it work for everybody?
I know somebody is even wondering, wow, I never thought of it, because that's the way I felt. So like, I've never thought about this, but it can happen. In fact, almost like there was a similar scenario a couple of days ago. That was when the whole discussion came up.
Or let's even say that you are a doctor, your friend is a doctor, you don't want to do it, can your friend do it?
Friend. That one is deep. Naturally, men are jealous in nature, naturally, like.
I just want to treat her.
Oh, really? No, I don't even know. So please, you really need to.
So we need your responses on this case.
And of course, as always, there is a comment here. Okay, this person said, well, if there can be Christian unmarried male gynecologist, I don't see why that fella can't jab his fiancé. So, and okay, this is from another person, anonymous. It says, I think him being a doctor, there might be some exceptions, unless we are saying Christians shouldn't be gynecologists, as they have access to women's nakedness.
Okay.
I know there are some jobs a Christian shouldn't take. I don't know if that branch of medicine is one of those. I'm sure they have ethical and professional training on handling a woman's body. So, that and his level of spiritual maturity should play a role. Spiritual maturity indeed.
Okay, let me give you a scenario before you continue. When I was in IT, I was working in a department called ECG, electrocardiogram. It's more like if somebody's having an issue with the with the heart, or the person needs to go for surgery, the person needs to first do that to be sure that your heart or your blood pressure is enough to go through the surgery, so that there won't be issues afterwards. Now the person will have to pull off clothes, everything up, have to pull it up, and my oga was a male. So let's imagine that it's his babe that wants to come and do surgery and needs to do and it's the only electrocardiograph in that hospital. What is going to happen?
This we're just looking at it from, and the reason why this is a big deal is because, number one, we are Christians. There are many things that we don't just have the liberty to just do freely, because normally it shouldn't be a big deal. But that aspect of how will I put it now? Anything that has to do with fornication, it's something so far that we try to detach ourselves from. So now that's what now makes this like a big deal. You understand? And we should not deceive ourselves. It's something that even as simple as even massaging. Like,
even the injection one still looks better than what I'm. Even this one I now said is not even looking weird in my head. Injection. It's not as if you are pulling down all your clothes. It's more like you're just pulling off a part for the injection. But this one, you're pulling off your clothes.
No, I think that one. Okay, this is from IK Jason. Just came in now. IK Jason, he said, of course, that's your work. That's as a doctor now. As far as you keep professional, then I personally see nothing wrong with it. Besides, as a healthcare giver, it's part of your work discretion. You give injection to other female patients. Why won't you give to your fiancé?
Yeah, that's wrong. Well,
the thing is, sometimes some people they are not always being real. You understand? Me, I'm being real and I've pictured it. Okay. Someone might be asking, okay, you, what will you do?
I don't even need to ask you.
What will I do?
You will not do it. That's the truth.
Of course, I don't think I can actually.
My opinion.
I would just prefer
to let somebody else.
I'm not my friend.
But everybody in the hospital, you'll be in talking terms with them. You know them. They are talking people. They are talking pals. So we go to another hospital.
Oh, God.
So what I might just say is be true to yourself. Don't deceive yourself. We can say a great percentage will be professional, but not everybody is emotionally matured to that point, we might say they can be professional and one or two might not be. You might be one of the one or two. Be sure that you can, and if you can't, be truthful to yourself. Don't go and think that, oh, I'll not tell my colleagues now that ordinary injection because it's my babe, I could not do it. You now go and do it. It now becomes an issue. And nobody will be there within the private place.
And the picture begins to come to mind.
Exactly.
You know, most especially when you are a Christian, you have the fear of God, you have not compromised in your relationship, you understand, it's a no-sex relationship, and you both have actually put boundaries in place. You know, don't forget, we're still going to be talking about boundaries. So you have put boundaries in place, you know, not to cross the line. So any part of our body, you understand, you know, all those hidden parts, it would be like something, like a taboo. You understand? If you have not been in this situation, you might not know, you know, what we're really talking about. So, but like Deborah actually said, you know, to yourself be true. Like somebody said.
To thyself be true.
To thyself be true, you understand? So it's like me, Oluwashaya John. I'm not going to do it. I have a very imaginative mind, you understand?
And a fragile one.
My mind is not fragile. Come on.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Please. Okay, I think this is 1-0 now. Don't worry, watch out for me.
It's not 1-0, it's many one.
Wow, don't mind Deborah, actually. You know, don't worry. Yeah, so I won't. Just prefer, let's just go to, you know, let somebody neutral do it, and not my friend, like I said. You understand? Because there's some psychological aspect to that one.
It's exactly. Okay. Well, we need to go on a break.
So, of course, we'll be going to our main topic for the boundaries when we come back after this musical break.
January to December, now you be my sustainer.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm sure you enjoyed that music. Yes, keep the comments coming. You know, it's been, we started a topic, a discussion actually, if you're just joining us, a spontaneous discussion, but because of time, we'll just be going straight to our main discussion for the day, which is boundaries in relationships. You understand? And this is something also very important because, you know, like there's an adage in Yoruba, you understand, that where there is no law, there is no offense. You understand? So in the same vein, in this context, when there are no boundaries, anything is just bound to happen. You know, anything goes. You understand? There's no order. There's anything just happens. In fact, all kinds of unplanned, unpleasant situations are bound to come up because there are no boundaries. You understand? You know, looking at human being as an entity, as you know, we are literally not organized. So you need to now, you know, put plans, measures in place, boundaries in place. Now, you as a person now, you need to put different in place to actually put yourself in check. For instance, our body, flesh is naturally lazy, naturally wants to just have fun, just watch movies, eat, you understand? You get it now. It now depends on you to, oh, no. Like, there's much more to life than just having fun, you understand? So you begin to put boundaries, you understand? So I think we should even take it from personal boundaries, you know, personal boundaries, you know. So, and this determines to a very long, it determines to a large extent, you know, the quality of your life, the quality of the results you command, actually, you understand? People who do well in life are people who have learned to be a little hard on themselves and put boundaries in place, like, I can't do this. Even when they are alone, in the closet, when there is nobody there, their boundaries keep them on check, you understand? So, in relationships now...
Sorry, even about the personal life, it could be that everybody watch movies. There are some things that anybody can watch. There are some books that anybody can read. But be true, like we said earlier, to thyself be true. It's possible you as a person, you watching those things or reading those things, it might not be too explicit, but it affects you. It affects let's even go to your sexual life. It affects how you think. It affects things about your life. Don't, because somebody else can do it without it affecting the person, you do it. You don't have to watch everything or read everything. There was a time that I had friends that read romantic novels, explicitly romantic novels. When I read it, I said that it is not for me. And I stopped reading it. So to thyself, be true. You don't have to do, so it is more like putting boundaries to what is true to you. That's why you cannot be like any other person. You have to be true to yourself. What boundaries can you place around your life to help your life? Your life is not in conjunction with anybody's. It is your life, and you have to take responsibility for it. Be accountable for your life.
Yeah, and this is, I like to read this post by Jennifer Littner. So she said, boundaries can help you retain a sense of identity and personal space, and they are easier to create and maintain than you might think. She said, you'll find boundaries in every kind of relationship, from friends and family to colleagues and brief acquaintances. You can't see them, but these lines help you stay you. These lines, those boundary lines, exactly, you know, help you stay you and provide a sense of mutual respect, protection, expectations, and support. While they are important in all areas, boundaries come up a lot when it comes to romantic partnerships. Now, she said, spending so much time with and investing significant amounts of emotional energy in one person can sometimes cause those lines to blur, especially in those early days where excitement and aiming to please levels
butterflies in my belly.
So what do boundaries in this type of relationship involve? All right, yeah, I think I did this last point. You know, when you are in a romantic relationship, you invest, you know, time, energy, everything, emotions. You understand? So, and if you are not careful, truly, those lines can begin to, you know, become blur and...
The truth is, lines will be blurred, but how far will it be blurred? That's the truth. We should not lie to ourselves. Some things you cannot still do with a normal friend, you still be, it's not explicitly, but some lines will actually be blurred. But how blurred, how far, to what extent is your boundaries going to stop? Or are your boundaries going to stop?
And, you know, boundaries would really, you know, like we said earlier, will save you a lot of, you know, a lot of pain, you understand? Because even though you are in a romantic, of course, in the Christian setup now, you understand, you're in a relationship, you know, I don't know if you've been in a relationship or you are in a relationship. Now, there's a way you feel joy and fulfilled, like that you're maintaining healthy boundaries in your relationship, most especially when it comes to purity. I don't know if you can relate to that. You understand? And so when boundaries are not in place, or we don't really, the boundary lines are weak, they are not strong, and you're just crossing the line anyhow. Now, it might, at the moment, of course, it might look like it's, oh, we can't help it. But don't forget, you both are children of God. Later on, you feel you didn't cross the line. You understand? Because there's a, you know, okay, let's even say, for instance, maybe you both even attend the same church. I don't know if you get, why are you looking at me like that? You understand?
I'm following you.
You know, both of you are, and these are practical things that can actually happen. So, you know, boundaries will just save you a lot of all of those stress. There's time for everything. We know that there's the gizzous feeling, butterflies and all of that. But God, in fact, there was a time I read it, was it in a book or I heard from a man of God that, of course, we all know it's healthy, it's not a sin to feel that way. In fact, God puts that in you for you to feel it out, like, that's strong, like, God. You understand? God, you know, it even honors God because you are responding as He has created you, you are performing as you have been created, you know, so, but it brings God more honor and even makes you seen as someone that can be respected. Even angels will respect you, that you can put that desire, that drive, you can put it under control. Self-control, and that is one of the fruit of the Spirit. So I believe if you are a true child of God, of course the temptation will come, but God has said that He will not allow us to be tempted beyond what we can bear. You understand? So at different times that maybe you have yielded to temptations, maybe in different scenarios, maybe you have yielded to temptations, you will know that this one, I was the one that yielded to this. You understand? So what boundaries now, of course, is a very broad discussion, but if you can learn to put boundaries in your relationships and, you know, let it be spelled out, let it be defined. You understand? Even in a formal setting or in a workspace or at your place of work, let it be defined. Okay, when I'm doing this, I don't like to be interrupted, you know, and people know you for that. You understand? It helps. Okay, let me give a very practical example. And, you know, one of my colleagues, of course, here, now, of course, I use his iPhone to do voiceover sometimes. So, but this person, he could go all the way for you, sacrifice, but he has this thing that once he says no, don't try to argue. You know, I'm sure, you know, him watching this, he'll just be laughing. Don't try to argue, don't try to beg, please, just 1 minute. You just see the exact opposite.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And since I understood that with him, I've never, since I got that, I never crossed that line.
Right.
You understand? But when, used, you understand, he can even, you know, inconvenience himself. But when he said no,
wow,
don't cross the line. And I'm sure for someone like that, a spouse too will have known that, this is, so boundaries safe. Now, if I do not take that as his boundary, we'll have maybe been having issue. What is it? Is it not just this? But,
and even when he cannot even say yes, he will not even say no. Because he knows that you don't respect him.
Yes.
Because not respecting boundaries is not respecting the person. That's the truth.
That's true.
And makes the person feel less of himself around you. So the person wants to show that this is who I actually am. It can bring about friction. Friction.
So it's something very, very, you know, important that we need to take very seriously in every relationship we find ourselves. Even in church, in your department, you understand? Putting boundaries in place. Maybe you are a leader, or you're one of the executives, or you're just a member. You understand? There's some certain, okay, you have an opinion or an idea you want to suggest to the leadership of your department. There's a way you present it. You understand? You can't just, you know, you should try to follow the order.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, how is it being done? Okay, is it like so boundaries. Don't overstep someone else's boundaries, and you to have your own boundaries clearly, of course, reasonable ones. Not that you now raise your standards so high and nobody can talk to you. You become, you build a wall around yourself. See, you just bound yourself.
Yeah. So even in new relationships, maybe new friendship, you're in a place like you said, you just go to a company or you just go to a place, you have to relate with somebody. If possible, ask people around, what does this person take and what does this person not take, so that you can have a smooth relationship with the person. Either a new friend, even if you don't ask people around, with style or with patience, understand where this person can get to and where this person can't. Not everybody aligns with your own freedom or your own boundaries. Everybody has his own boundaries that should be respected, no matter who the person is. Even your subordinate, you need to understand the person's boundaries. There are some questions the person does not want you to ask. Understand it and respect it. There are some kind of conversation the person does not want you to have. Understand it and respect it. Okay, I even have a friend. I have friends that are married now, a male and a female. They're married with a child now. When they were dating, they were fine before until they realized that it seems their boundaries were getting blurred. And what they now did was that they were not as close, or rather, they were not closer than shaking themselves. There was no hug. There was nothing. I was like, are you kidding? She said that was what they did till they got married. And now at least they're married, they're with child, they're fine. But they realized that they were going further than it might be normal for other people. Other people might not be able, or rather might be able to control not passing the blurred boundary, but they couldn't. And they realized that they needed to stay farther from the line. When you're on the edge, you can easily fall off. But when you're away from the line, the worst you can get to is get to that line. So,
that's
boundaries.
True. I can. And let's close with this. From Dr. Jacquel Gab.
Okay.
He's a professor of sociology and intimacy. He said, all healthy relationships have boundaries.
Yeah.
When it comes to your life as a couple, okay, talking as in relationship now, consider that there are actually 3 entities involved. Yourself, your partner. All healthy relationships have boundaries.
Yeah.
When it comes to your life as a couple, okay, talking as in relationship now, consider that there are actually 3 entities involved. Yourself, your partner, and the relationship itself.
Oh, okay.
So he said, each of those 3 parties need to be sustained, nourished, and feel respected. Wow.
Even the relationship.
Even the relationship needs to feel respected. So we're personifying the relationship now.
Okay.
That's sweet. Yes. Wow. Each of those 3 parties needs to be sustained, nourished, and feel respected. Wow. That's actually,
in short.
Exactly. It's a good way to end this discussion.
So respect yourself, respect the person, and respect whoever you're having a relationship with, either a friend or a romantic relationship or a boss or a subordinate. Respect that relationship.
And it has a way of coming back to you as honor.
Yes.
Like real honor.
Yes. So, without further ado, we have come to the end of this. Yeah. Firstly,
this discussion looks shorter than
because we did our spontaneous gist.
Okay, wow.
Firstly, to thyself be true, and secondly, respect yourself, respect the other partner, and respect the relationship. Very sweet ending. So, my name remains Akinwale Deborah, and my partner remains
Shayo John Adebayo.
Thank you for joining us today. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
You got the whole world in your hands. You got the whole world in your hands. Within the past, we know you got the whole world in your hands. Commando, I get God and I get life. Everything else you go work for me. Me and no dick to the wrong kitty cutter. Now you make a favor, follow me. Oh. You make a blessing, come then knock my door. And if I want to go order. You know that before class. Everything I want, I order. Everything nice and smooth. Be like you drop. You know that before class. Everything I want, I order. Everything nice and smooth. Be like you drop. You got the whole world in your hands. You got the whole world. Within the past, you know you got the whole world in your hands. Come on, lamba, they feel and the thing they totori. And you tell me, say my pikin when you need me, make you take call me. It's not my confidence. Every time I call you overconfident. I no need to come up from you, your device. And I go taste the data bar. Me no let you focus. Everything I want, I order. Everything nice and smooth. Me like it, they drop out. Me no let you focus. Everything I want, I order. Everything nice and smooth. Me like it, they drop out. You got the whole world in your hands. Putting passion in all day. You got the whole world in your hands. Commando, commando. You got the whole world in your hands. Putting passion in all day. You got the whole world in your hands. Commando, the whole world around. But in passion, you've got the whole world in your hands. Come on, do.